Okay, Simon, thanks for joining me today. So obviously, I'm just going around all the project members. I've had a little bit of feedback regarding the group, our policy and procedures, and where we're at this point in time with our targets. So I spoke to James yesterday, the CEO, made a couple of mentions regarding your report on the current state of the store system and inventory in the business. He was really happy with it. He was really impressed with the detail. So congratulations, mate. Keep it up. It's good stuff. It's good work. A couple of items he's interested in looking into our 4 major stores that we're going to open with this online business, particularly how we can tie the 4 stores, inventory and parts and supply in together. So I think that should be a next step regarding the project. I know we've already mapped out a semi structure, but perhaps we might have to just review that and add this in. And if it extends out the time frame, then so be it. We can make adjustments at the back end. So look, how are you finding? I know you had a coaching session with Tim the other week. How did you go with that?
Yeah, there were some really constructive outcomes. He pointed out some areas that I wasn't necessarily as strong in, and gave me some avenues to people within the organisations and to people with issues previously to assist with those aspects, and also some positive reinforcement in a lot of the areas that I was doing well, which were highlighted in the report that previously discussed. Look, there are some parts that still need some development from my original report that were the next phase, and they relate to the logistics of our 4 main stores and how we tie that together, what the best system is. There's been some preliminary work done within the industry to understand what our competitors and similar organisations do to keep track of similar stock and similar size organisations, but that still needs some more thrashing out, a little bit more detail, and that's one area where we spoke about making it a key focus. So it's good that we're on the same page with regards to feedback and progress.
Yeah, that's
something that we've got to really lock in the next couple of months as the schedule says. But I think we're pretty comfortable that we can meet the nominated targets without too much of a delay.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Tim was really positive with the work you've been doing and he's been doing with you. So that's great to see. I noticed in your update that you're well under budget. You've got a bit of flexibility in and around that. Look, I think if we could speak to Tim and maybe Richard around expanding your budget to include possibly a couple of visits to some of those stores. I don't know how you feel about that, but maybe some day trips or overnights, just to spend a bit of time with the individual stores and get a bit of an idea of differences. Have you bounced something like that off Tim? And
no, I haven't. Look, I was mindful of the budget to start with, and I didn't want to overrun the budget too early in the piece. But that's something that has been certainly at the forefront of my mind to actually take some relevant site experience and bring that back to the table. And if it costs a few dollars, I think it's money well spent, and actually having some open and honest dialogue with not necessarily our competitors, but similar companies in the industry.
Yeah.
Just to get a bit of feedback from them, and the goods and the bad things about what systems they use. I think it would be really worthwhile to make sure we're getting the best system for our company.
Look, definitely. I think it's important too if you do that with our competitors. You don't go in there, or with similar operations, you don't go in there with a preconceived notions. We want a very open mind approach to all this. With your next report, another thing I missed before, James did note that with your reporting structure, as far as the project goes, try to condense the information down a little bit. So don't be scared to drop it down into dot points, because obviously the information we're passing on to James and the executive, they're only really interested in the basic dot points and ensuring the project is on a similar track. We can the detail is more for us to worry about.
Okay.
So feel free to sort of to minimise that a little bit, and especially with the reports you give to James. Most of the detail, as long as we can retain that in our templates and on our records, that's the main thing. So that's great, Simon. It's going really well. I think you should continue with it. Don't be scared to ask any questions of Tim and myself. Like I said, mate, utilise the procedures that we have in place for the project, and make most use of the budget, because essentially that's what it's there for. So don't leave yourself short with your research. Utilise it. Let's get out there. Let's get to the stores and make the work up.
Okay. No problem.